This is my reaction to the 2017 college basketball championship game. I made the prediction of the Gonzaga Bulldogs winning 77-73, along with that they won their first college basketball championship game with that score result, along with Gonzaga Bulldogs in the final minute to get a steal and then a fast break dunk to increase the lead to 77-73. And North Carolina Tar Heels aren't able to make a three. Gonzaga Bulldogs are able to recover the ball and just run out the time and win college basketball championship game. Clearly, I was proven wrong on Monday because the North Carolina Tar Heels won 71-65. Proven wrong in multiple ways. The fast break dunk, the whole steal, and the fast break dunk, that didn't happen for the Gonzaga Bulldogs in the final minute because it was the North Carolina Tar Heels. Instead, it was the North Carolina Tar Heels that got a steal, I think with 1 minute in the final minute of the game, and they got a fast break dunk, which put the nail in the coffin. And it wasn't the Gonzaga Bulldogs winning 77-73 at all. I got the score obviously wrong. It was 71-65, not 77-73. I also got the result wrong. It wasn't the Gonzaga Bulldogs winning. It isn't the Gonzaga Bulldogs that won. It's the North Carolina Tar Heels that won. They won 71-65. It was a great close game, as I predicted. But again, the one thing I did get right was obviously it was a great close game, but all those other three that I mentioned, obviously I got those three wrong. The results, the fast break, who would get the fast break dunk, along with the score. So I got three of the only one I got right is obviously it was a great close game, which it was. This was a game where when it was 66-65, the Gonzaga Bulldogs obviously still had a chance to win, but then it just went from bad to worse because the North Carolina Tar Heels were still able to score. Gonzaga Bulldogs weren't able to score once they got up to 65, and that's the difference with why the North Carolina Tar Heels won and why the Gonzaga Bulldogs lost, because I didn't doubt at all there was going to be a great close game, and it was going to come down to who can score when needed the most, and the North Carolina Tar Heels scored when they needed the most, and the Gonzaga Bulldogs didn't. They got stuck on 65, and they weren't able to score any after scoring 65 points. So congrats to the North Carolina Tar Heels fans, and congrats to North Carolina Tar Heels because they proved me wrong in those three ways. The result, with winning, along with the fast break dunk that didn't happen for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, instead it happened for the Tar Heels, and the score again. The score was 71-65, not 77-73 as I predicted. So anyway, and it is a impressive victory for the Tar Heels because they were in the championship game last season, and they lost in one of the worst ways on the final shot by, I believe it's, if I recall right, it's Villanova, and as a result, Villanova won. So that's one of the worst ways to lose, and that's what happened in the North Carolina Tar Heels last season in the championship game. But proving very tough, they managed to get back to the championship game and win the championship game with this not being decided in the final seconds, because they were the ones that were able to score all points needed, so that couldn't happen again. So congrats Tar Heel fans, and congrats to the Tar Heels. As for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, it's extremely disappointing because I picked them to, that's the fact that I picked them to win for my bracket, and I was very confident that they would actually finally do it, win a championship in college basketball, but also because you see the record and see that they're great from top to bottom, or with their entire roster. It looks like a lightning in a bottle kind of season. You don't get that very often, and looked like this was like their best time, or their best opportunity to win a college basketball championship game. Really, really looked like it was going to happen, but championship game, they lose at the very worst time, which is obviously the championship game, because had to score once it was six. Had to keep on scoring, and they weren't able to score after it was 66-65. So also no doubt extremely disappointed for their entire team, including the seniors, because it's including for their seniors, because getting that close to a championship and still not winning it, that's very, very extremely disappointing for all seniors for the Gonzaga Bulldogs basketball team, along with the rest of the roster, but mostly the seniors. So yeah, I won't be, as a result of the Gonzaga Bulldogs are going to be losing a lot of their major players of the senior class, so I would be very surprised if they were able to still maybe get back to the championship game. I mean, that would mostly surprise me if in 2018 they get back to the championship game and are able to win it. But it'd be great if they do, but I wouldn't say that's exactly favorable, since they're losing a lot of their major players, including, if I recall his name, it's Karnowski. Yeah, they're losing a lot of their major players, including Karnowski. So yeah, it's going to be pretty tough for the goal. It wouldn't be surprising if they got back maybe in 2 or 3 years, but I think for me it'd be since they're losing their seniors, it'd be extremely surprising if they're able to get back to the championship game for the 2017 in 2018 and win it. It'd be great if they do, but I wouldn't exactly count that as favorable because of who they're losing, most of their major players, which are seniors, including Karnowski. So yeah, looks like history is repeating itself, except tougher for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, because I recall hearing over the radio or somewhere that the Gonzaga Bulldogs have never won a championship in any sport at all. So this makes that loss all the more utterly somber and extremely devastating, because again, still no championships at all for Gonzaga in any sport. So yeah, also no doubt extremely disappointing for all the Gonzaga Bulldogs fans, because they got all the way to the championship game and they lose a great close game. They get all as far as they can the championship game, and they aren't able to finish and win in the championship game, which was a great close game. So yeah, I'm a Cubs fan, and I know as a Cubs fan, I've seen close but no cigar, or can't finish. So yeah, I'm familiar with very, very, very with close but no cigars, or showing with disappointment in the playoffs, and this is extreme disappointment. But again, congrats to the Tar Heels fans, and congrats to the Tar Heels.